If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month.
And we welcome Keziah Sanders, who is our Star Student of the Month. She's a senior over at Sylacauga High School, and our Star Student brought to you this morning by Miller Lumber and Pallets, also brought to you this morning by Omnia and Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Keziah, good morning to you.
Hello.
Good to have you with us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first I want to say thank you so much for having me.
It's our honor.
And as you said, I'm a senior at Sylacauga High School, and some of my extracurriculars include playing soccer, volleyball. I'm also in several other clubs like FBLA, and I also participate in the Sylacauga Signature Show Choir. So that's a little bit about me and what I like to do.
What about your family?
My family, my dad is Charlie Sanders and my mother's Carolyn Sanders, and my mother is a stay-at-home mom, so she's always there to give me all the love and support that I need. But my dad, he works for the Surgeon General's office in Virginia right now, so he's doing a little bit of back and forth.
Yeah, known Charlie and your mom a long time. They're good people. What's it like being a senior over at the high school?
Well, I mean, I get a little bit of senioritis, but being a senior is great because it's like you're at the epitome of all your 4 years of experience. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're someone that the underclassmen look up to, and you also just get to enjoy the feeling of I'm finally here, and that's probably my favorite part.
Yeah, and some of the classes you're taking your senior year.
Right now I'm in anatomy. Then I transition into, I get to go TA over at the middle school because I'm considering going to teach English in the middle school. Mm-hmm. So, and then also I get to have journalism, third block, and then I have fourth block athletics because I'm a soccer player.
Well, let's talk about soccer a little bit. I know you love that.
Oh yes, I love it. I'm the goalkeeper for the
a lot of pressure, girl.
Oh, yes. I get that a lot, but I love it. It's I get to direct the team from the back of the field. I see everything, so I'm always yelling at them. Hopefully they don't get too mad and yell at me back, but.
So how's it going early in the season?
We're doing well. I believe we're having a winning season right now. I can't exactly remember our record because I'm not that great with remembering numbers, but we're doing well. We have a new coach, Coach Grogan, and he's been so good with helping all of us and, easing into the program since he's new. It's been wonderful, honestly.
How's it like, what's it like playing in this kind of cold weather? Soccer.
Well, you definitely bundle up. I'm a little luckier because I get to wear the pants and the long sleeve shirts and the gloves. So a lot of the girls get a little jealous, but I still freeze because I do the most standing still probably on the team. So it definitely gets pretty nippy.
How long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing for the high school since my 7th grade year.
Okay, God, you're a veteran.
I know, but they're probably wondering, when is she going to graduate?
How about your first name? How did that come about?
Well, actually, it's biblical. It's from Job 42:14. So that's biblical. It's when Job was restored after he lost all of his his family, his cattle and everything, and God restored him. I was one of the 3 daughters, so that's where my name came about. I believe I had an aunt that figured that one out. Otherwise, I would have been Naila. Yeah, so.
You're starting your own comedy show, girl. Keziah Sanders is our Star Student of the Month. She's a senior over at Sylacauga High School, and just a couple of more months left before graduation.
Fingers, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So what's your future look like?
Well, I'm going to be headed to Kentucky, Murray, Kentucky, to go to Murray State University. Well, I will be an English major.
Home of the Racers.
Yes, they have a pretty good basketball team. We've got a basketball star up there, and I'm very excited. I've been several times already to see the campus, and I'm truly in love with it. So I cannot wait to go to the next stage in life.
Scholarship money's available?
Yes, sir. Cross your fingers. I'm waiting for a little bit more, but... Yeah, it's in God's hands. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about your grades a little bit this year.
Well, my grades, to God be the glory, I maintain a 4.0 GPA pretty generally.
Girl.
Oh, yeah, my parents, trust me, if there's one thing I have to have, it is that 4.0 GPA. You do not want to meet Charlie or Carolyn Sanders if the grade falls. But my grades right now are all A's in all of my classes, but I'm having a pretty easy semester. I did my struggle semester my junior year, spring semester. I doubled up on math.
Talk a little bit about coming from a loving home, but yet a disciplined home.
Well, definitely, I believe there's a good balance because my parents, they always explain what was expected of me, but they're not like the type that, oh, if you fail, it's the end of the world. That was never them. It was more of, we see the potential that you have and what you're capable of, so it allows me to grow and flourish. So it's almost like they cultivate it. So being in a loving and disciplined home is the perfect balance.
Who are some of the leaders and teachers at Sylacauga High School that have helped you continue that disciplined, successful high school life?
Well, definitely, I like to think that I'm under Miss McTeer's wing in the journalism business area because I play a huge role in FPLA. I love that. And then also, I like to shout out to my English teacher, Miss Miller, because she has helped cultivate my love for English and allowed me to stay disciplined so that I can take those advanced classes. I recently took a class with UA Early College, so it allows me to stay disciplined in that manner and also keep my grades up. And she has been a great support team. I love Miss Miller. So if you're watching this, I love you, Miss Miller.
There you go. What about your acting career?
Acting career. Well, show choir is a little different. I wouldn't exactly call it acting, but we dabble a little bit in both. But it's more like high energy dancing and singing at the same time. So we recently just ended our competition season and we ended up being the grand champions of our divisions.
Yay.
And we placed third in finals, which is really good for a small mixed group. And it's our third year in competition. So
So what do you do?
What we do is at the beginning of the year, we have choreographers come in and they choreograph us a show. So it's like, moves that are associated with song lyrics and things like that. And it's really high energy. There's dance breaks, there's different parts of the show. And then it all comes together because we're also singing vocally. So we learn vocals in class with Mr. Tidwell, the show choir director at Sylacauga High School. And then it all comes together for one show. And then we go compete in areas of Alabama. And we even went to Mississippi this year, actually,
Fantastic.
to compete.
Kind of keeps you in shape too, doesn't it?
Yes, it is a lot of people would think it looks a lot easier than it actually is.
Keziah Sanders, and I've known her father for many, many years, and very dedicated family to God, and you can tell this young lady is going far with her career because she seems to have it all together. How would you like to be remembered as you step away from the high school scene in just a few months?
Oh, how would I like to be remembered? I would like to be remembered as just simply a person that you could come up to at any time that didn't make you feel nervous, especially underclassmen or anyone that they knew would help them or try their best to help them in any way, form, or fashion. Nothing extravagant, but a helpful hand and heart is how I'd like to be remembered at Sylacauga High School.
How do you, I say try, I know that you do, how do you impact younger people's life, or how do you do that?
Well, sometimes I think it just means caring. Like, I'm in a lot of groups where we have from freshmen to seniors, and honestly, just listening to them and not acting like they're irrelevant because they're younger, because that's always the stigma of high school is, the seniors don't look at the freshmen or the sophomores. But to me, that's ridiculous because they are the future of our high school. So to me, it's just believing in them and being there. I know faith plays an important role in your life. Is that a challenge in today's society, however? It is definitely a challenge because the world isn't necessarily as faith-friendly as it used to be. But to me, it's more about how you act less than like just out there, just like putting it everywhere, because like a lot of people believe that's the route to go, for example, like on social media and things. Yeah. And to me, it's more of allowing maybe your actions to be seen or to be the person that someone needs in Christ at the right time.
Keziah Sanders is our star student of the month. She's a senior over at Sylacauga High School. All right, let's have a little fun before we go, okay? Oh. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Ooh, I really like pasta.
Uh-huh. You cook it? Mom cook it?
Mom cooks it. I need to learn before I go to college.
Well, you can always have the TV things you can put in there. And, favorite restaurant?
This is getting hard. Well, if we're on the lines of pasta, Topalma's in Tuscaloosa on the Strip, it is amazing.
Yeah. Favorite vacation spot?
Favorite vacation spot? I really like to cruise, and we've cruised to the Bahamas twice, so I enjoy just cruises.
Oh, you've been there and done that, right?
Yes.
All right. You like to read?
Yes, I love to read.
Tell me something you read.
Well, I reread classics a lot. My brother's always making fun of me because he's like, why would you reread the same book over and over? But my favorite book is Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. And I don't know, I just love Anne. She's such a quirky, happy character. So whenever I'm down, I go back and read my favorite chapter.
Who's your go-to person when you hit a bump in the road?
My go-to person is actually one of my best friends. I'm pretty sure you've had her before on here. She's Elizabeth Dixon. That's one of my best friends. She's what I call my moral compass. So we're accountability partners, actually. So.
All right. Well, that's a great show. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it.
Keziah Sanders is our Star Student of the Month. She's looking right there. She is a senior at Sylacauga High School, our Star Student of the Month.
Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.